for stress fractures in the paint or fresh paint to try to disguise the tool marks or the stress fractures. Thank you very much, Noah. We'll show you a method that can prevent this. Here we have a cable seal and a handcuffing device. Now, the handcuffing device and cable seal are wrapped around both locking rods. If it's wrapped around both locking rods, it prevents you from being able to open the one door even if you bend the flap back, because the one door is tied to the other door. Now, if we look down here, we have a handcuffing device and a cable seal. The cable seal is looped around both handles. The handcuffing device is just locked around both locking bars. The handcuffing device can be slid up and down. It could be slid up and down on the bars, it could be defeated. And the way that would happen is that this bracket over here, the two bolts could be removed, the bracket would come off, a slice would be made right across this bar, the bar would be pushed to the side, and then this device would be slid right up over the bar. If you wanted to put it back together again, you would slide the device right back into place, align the bars, you'd weld right across your cut there, and the bracket would hide any evidence of tampering. It's a much better idea to have a cable device that's looped around both handles, or if you use a handcuffing device, you want to lock below the handles, and you don't want to give any vertical travel. Because even with a cable device, if it's locked around both locking bars and you have vertical movement and can access one of these brackets, that device can be defeated.
To inspect a container door for evidence of tampering, you need to understand the nomenclature of the door and vulnerabilities of the locking hardware. Examine the TIR rivet on the hasp. If the TIR rivet has been removed, the hasp with seal intact will fall away and the handle can be lifted to gain access to the container. Examine the TIR rivet on the handle pivot pin to detect if it has been removed and replaced with a threaded rivet or bolt. Examine the brackets to ensure the locking rods have not been compromised and covered up. Examine the keepers and the cams and look for signs of welding or fresh paint where the keeper is attached to the container. Examine the retaining flap, looking for marring or scratching or signs of fresh paint. By bending back the retaining flap, smugglers gain access to the container while the right door and seal remain intact.
When you detect any evidence that the container's been compromised, what do you do?
Well, you notify your supervisor, let them assess the situation, and then you file port policy.
Officer Pardo, thank you very much for your expertise and dedication to keeping America safe.
That's our mission.
CBP and the international trade community are strengthening the security of the global supply chain. This includes 100% screening and targeting of high-risk containers. Identifying compromised and counterfeit seals, as well as compromised locking hardware, is an important part of CBP's mission to secure our borders and guard against acts of terrorism.